the way.
You mentioned selling swag. How does that feel to see people sell your swag? Because I've seen your stuff for sale in the past. I'm just like, that's the Narayan stuff. And
it used to bother me a little bit, but I don't mind it too much anymore. There's so much swag around, and I've certainly bought swag, from other people too. I personally have not sold it in that way, but yeah, it's, I'm sure there's a value assigned to anything that's limited, really. So, and swag is probably more limited than the official items that are out there, because it's a custom-made, fan-made item. So, and like I said, the quality of some of them are just as good, if not better, than the production items that are out there. So it doesn't bother me. It's an item I gave away freely, so they can do what they want with it at that point. So, but yeah, I think I've, as long as, somebody's not taking 10 pieces of swag and then selling it for some huge profit, it doesn't bother me. As long as I can distribute it to each person that I feel, should get it. So, but after that point, I think it becomes a point where there's so much of it in everyone's collection that sometimes people feel the need that they need to let it go. So,
well, if you give me a moment, I just need to close down my Etsy store filled with Most Atlanta Cantina products. So let you know, I was pulling $20 per patch. So if you ever wanted to sell that stuff. But I imagine, if you're trying to hunt down like the brewery set and you don't have a character, you would offer, hey, I'll give you $20 for that patch or $50, and people will be inclined to say, yeah, well, I know, sure, why not? So if there's a market.
Sure. And, I think we've done that too, but, done it more towards, kind of a charitable opportunity. If we have, a full set that we will have, then, if people are willing to pay money for it, here, let's give that money to charity. So yeah, that's totally fine. I don't have a problem with that. Like I said, I personally don't sell any swag when I'm giving it away at Celebration. If people have something to give me in return or trade, that's fine. If they don't, that's still fine. But everyone, has their own rules on this stuff, and they know how much they've spent on it and how much effort they've put into it. So again, there doesn't have to be, any rules attached to it. So
now, I don't know if you would know this or not. In the swag community, do people have problems with the dollar amount that people put into swag? So if you're patches are more expensive than small buttons, and it seemed like there's people who only traded patches for patches. I mean, is there really a big problem with people saying, I don't want to trade with you because I don't like your swag?
I personally haven't noticed a huge problem. I'm sure there's people that do that. Yeah. I used to think the swag trading that, the collectors did on the show floor and the collecting track was a big deal. And then I finally went to a 501st swap, and that's just nuts. I mean, there are literally thousands and thousands of patches that people are swapping. And, the quality of some of these was just incredible. And as soon as I saw that, I was like, well, this is just, forget about being a completist or it's just, there's just way too much out there. But yeah, I'm sure there's people that will only trade patches for patches or whatever, but I've never looked at it that way. And like I said, it's really how you look at swag, and whether you think of it as a piece of merchandise or as a remembrance of somebody.
Listen to the Smugglers Galaxy podcast every Tuesday, wherever you download your podcast. This is the way.